Mirana game, this one we're not going to spend too much time on. I think we need to do this in half an hour because really, as far as Mirana is concerned, if you didn't play the first 15 minutes correctly, then there's no point looking at this game any further. And let's look at the first 20 minutes. No, yeah. So wait, what role were you playing here?
Mid.
Oh, you were playing. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You needed
Yeah. I was trash.
Yeah. Okay. So let's look at it and see how they improve the early game.
Okay.
Because pretty much in the mid to late game, all you want to do is try to split farm as much as possible. You want to be very evasive. You want to get your blink dagger. You want to blink in, or yeah, blink in. Use your abilities and jump out, leap out.
Yeah.
When I say abilities, I just mean your single star storm, which is going to be a double star storm, and then you jump out. That's pretty much all you can be doing. And then later on, you can start split pushing with travel boots. Now, one thing that I have seen very consistently, very consistently, is that split push just does not work in, you know, below 4K, below 4.2K. The reason for that is because when you're split pushing, it's actually creating space. You're opening up the map. You're allowing your team to push other lanes. To if they're dead, then you're forcing the enemy team to turn around and defend and whatnot. But unfortunately, that doesn't work because you can be split pushing all day long. Your team is just going to be farming jungle or doing something stupid. So it just doesn't help at all, unfortunately. So that's just sad. All right, so when we talk about Mirana, the biggest thing that you want to look at is the fact that after the recent patch changes, her arrow actually kills the neutral creep, kills any creep, or outright kills it. So you want to use that to the maximum benefit of your, to the maximum benefit.
Yeah.
Now, in a normal game, like if we're talking about, let's say, 4.5K and above, and you might have seen in the high level games as well, people will usually save the Sacred Arrow for a good opportunity to get a kill.
Yeah.
My advice to you is just use it off cooldown to farm.
Okay.
You want to use it as often as possible. You want to use it as often as possible. You want to be constantly farming these two, this hard camp and this hard camp. Like every single time this comes off cooldown, you want to do that. And in order to do that, you need clarities. To be honest, even a if you start off with Wraith Band, you get 6 damage, right? So we're really just concerned with damage mostly. Of course, it gives other stats, but at the moment we're mostly concerned with damage. So you get 9 damage. Did I say 6 damage?
Yeah. But
you get 9 damage because 3 damage plus 6 agility, so you get 9 damage. And if we look at Basilius, we can't actually look at Basilius. It actually gives you 7 damage. If you look at this, can I click this? No, I can't. Okay. Click this. Basilius gives you 7 damage. So it's 2 less damage, right? And it gives you 0.65 mana regen per second, which means that in 100 seconds, it's 65 mana, right? So 65 mana in 100 seconds doesn't really amount to much. You kind of need like 150 seconds, so just over 2 minutes to get one Sacred Arrow. So at this point, not that great, but it's something that like you'll get a free arrow every 2 minutes. So that's also that's every 2 minutes you've got an additional 80 gold potentially if you get the large creep. So that's 40, increasing your GPM by 40 just by Basilius. So in 3K it might not be big, but definitely in my games it is a huge thing. But regardless, it's something that you really want to figure out for yourself if it's good for you. Try it in a couple of games. If it doesn't work out, by far a 50 gold clarity will give you two arrows, right? If you don't get a cancel. So by far, there's nothing equal to clarities as far as mana regen is concerned. And you're a ranged hero as long as you don't have somebody like sniper. Says a sniper. As long as you don't have somebody in the enemy mid lane who can cancel your clarities, you're pretty much okay. Anyway, carrying on. So based on your items right now, you've got pretty standard mid items for when you're not going to get harassed. Now, this is you will often see that mid heroes in the high level games. This is very much what they get, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, they 80% of the times this is fine, but the problem is when you think that you're going to get harassed, then these items just won't do. Because if there's a sniper in the enemy team in the mid lane, you have no choice but to take damage from him. Right? So if you want CS, you're gonna. So you can get shared tangos, but you want to have one set of regen one more set of regen. So you could have potentially had 2 shared tangos and a salve. That would have been really good. But let's see. Another thing to obviously also think about is that if you have less regen, then you want to play slightly defensive. You want to creep aggro more. If you're not confident in creep aggroing, then you just want to flat out buy regen, because what you don't want is to miss CS because you didn't buy like 100 gold regen item and missed more than 100 gold. So, no idea. You leveled up. You leveled up arrow. What time? I think you hadn't leveled up till quite late.
I definitely do it in. I didn't do it in the fountain. I think it was like as out at like 3-4 seconds before the rune.
Yeah, exactly. I think you just leveled it up here. So that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, should have leveled leap and I would have got away.
This Pudge. The good thing is the Pudge got the kill, not the sniper.
Yeah.
Oh well, you also got the healing cell, so I guess it's not that bad. You're gonna miss what, 1 CS. If somebody shared a TP with you, that would have been great.
It would have, yeah.
Maybe you could have asked for it. If you had a TP, then at the end of the day, it would have been completely fine, because you would have actually come to the lane with a salve, and you would have missed maybe 1 CS, so it would have been just fine. But as it happens, you miss 4 CS, so that's pretty bad. And it is a dual lane, so it's not that bad for you now, because you're getting free XP, solo XP, whereas they have to share XP. Yeah. So as long as you can get your level 2 quickly, and then you won't get hooked. There we go. Now you're completely fine in this lane. But even though you are getting like you don't really worry about getting hooked, but you can see that sniper is already harassing you quite a fair bit, and he's only level 1. So that's
so got like maybe a PMS or something.
No, definitely not. All you really need to do is creep aggro right now and bring the creeps further back so so you can farm safely. That's all you really need to do. Oh, man.
There's like a massive pause now.
Yeah, you could have waited for, like, Ricky's probably level 1 right now. You could have potentially waited for the Ricky to smoke cloud first. Never mind. Forget everything I said. Well, he does that. It doesn't matter. But yeah, see, every arrow that you throw, you have to keep in mind that can be potentially average of 50 gold, 1 CS every time. So if you're not getting a kill out of it, then you might as well throw it in the jungle.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And that's really what allows you to get the aghs by 14 minutes. And that's really what allows even the off-lane and support Miranas to get their aghs by 18 to 20 minutes.
Yeah,
that's a good idea, getting the catapult with your aghs, with your arrow. Dangerous move. Pudge could have been standing there. You don't have high ground vision. Again, dangerous move. Very dangerous move. Nice one. Very nice. I like it a lot. Well, what do you call it? Predicted. Oh, nice. Arrow. Oh, lovely, perfect.
Thank you. Just remember that this does go wildly wrong this game.
So your start, you had a really good start, and you go for Aquila first, which is completely fine. I hope you choose as well. So far so good. And to be honest, it's not the craziest ideas to just go brown boots into aghs. Actually, that's maybe even good.
Okay.
I've often thought about going mana boots into aghs because it will get you your aghs even faster. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean it is good because even with aghs, then it'll help you. Mana boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You went in for the gank. You saw an opportunity. What rune did you have? You took a rune, right? You
I
missed
think
the
it was
rune.
about it.
No, you missed
Oh
it.
no, okay.
So if you missed the rune, you should have gone back.
Okay.
You saw, but it's fine because you saw a kill opportunity. But okay, never mind. I take that back. So yes, you saw a kill opportunity, but you didn't have any spells. See, if you'd had an arrow, then you could have stood here, thrown out the arrow. If an arrow hits, that's a kill, and then you go back. So, but at the same time, you didn't lose too much CS in the mid because you TP'd back, which is good. But once again, I actually did miss a fair bit, but it's fine. The big thing is that you're still out of mana, so you can't really, you can't do that. This could have been a kill if you'd had more mana. If you put, okay, this was a kill. That's good. At that time, you could have actually TP top, or you could have gone back to the lane. As soon as you saw the rune is missing, you could have.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the 3K bracket, I am not sure how your games are based on your server, but if you feel like about this noise, you probably can't hear it over Skype, but yeah.
No, I can't.
You can. I don't know how much the courier usage is in your games, but if you feel like people are just hogging the courier too much, then this is probably not possible. But if you are going to the rune, or even before the rune, you can actually start sending out the courier to you and just hide it in the trees here. Like just click it in the trees here, and you go to the rune, and you see a rune is there. Fine, you grab the rune. If you're this low, you still want to send the courier, even if you get the rune, because you can just use up the 3 charges, send the bottle in the courier, get a courier crowed really quickly. Keep in mind it takes about 55 seconds to bottle crow. From the time the courier leaves base to the time it takes bottle, goes back to base, and comes back. These like three trips. It takes 55 seconds average. With the speed burst for a flying courier. So if you go here, get the rune at even time, and you bring the bottle, so by literally 1 minute you're gonna have another full bottle. So you can essentially have full bottle every minute this way.
Yeah.
But it also obviously depends on what kind of like teammates you have and if you can actually do that with a bottle. But once in a while, like in this kind of situation where you were in at the moment, you can do that. And even if you every single rune time, you can do that. And if by the time you get to the rune, the courier will be about here. If you see the rune, you can immediately send the courier back. That's completely fine. You don't really need to use it if you don't have to, or somebody else is using it or something. Anyway. This Ricky is actually playing really, really well.
He does, yeah. He was like the one good player on our team.
Alright, you should have leaped there.
Should have leapt, yeah, had the mana.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate kill. Death. Alright, so what you don't want to get is phase boost, definitely. Because you're not really trying to... So, what is your purpose behind getting the phase boost? What are you trying to achieve?
Making it easier to CS, really, but it's 9 minutes in.
Yeah, and you've already got a key up to make it easier to CS, and you should never ever get an item just to make it easier to CS. That if you need to make CS easier, you just need to improve your last setting.
Yeah. Okay. But in the mid lane, Mirana has like no damage.
So she's really got okay damage because especially
she
when you
off with 49.
Yeah, but then you're also you've got the oh wow, that was unfortunate. That's an unfortunate series of events.
Yeah.
A series of unfortunate events, rather. Have you ever read any of those books?
Yeah, the Lemony Snicket books.
Yeah, Lemony Snicket. They're making another movie. The first movie was really horrible with
yeah, I didn't like the first movie.
Oh yeah, Netflix is making a series. That's correct. Yeah. Anyway, so even in the starting, even though at level 1 her damage is low, but her agility gain, does it actually show agility gain? I think her agility gain is something like 3. Yeah, there you go, 3.3.
Yeah.
So I was on point. Wow. Yeah, so it's 3.3 agility gain per level, which is pretty huge, which is actually one of the highest, probably right after Luna is actually. Luna is 3. Yes, I think it might be. Never mind, Terrorblade is higher, if I remember correct. Anyway, yeah, her stat gain, her agility gain is one of the highest, definitely. So she gets damage pretty quickly, and especially if you start off with Wraith Band. So 49 plus 9 is already 58, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty decent. So you shouldn't worry too much, especially because you actually went for Aquila, which is 19 damage right off the bat.
Yeah.
So after that, you really don't really care about last hits and right click damage. And also at this point, at level 9, you what?
I don't know how they hit the creep.
At level 9, you've got max Starstorm. So now you really don't care about last hitting.
Yeah.
See, but by now, this was about 1,000 gold. So you could have had one component of aghs, and then you could have had. Keep in mind that aghs is really like a Midas for Mirana or a Battle Fury or whatever. You know, it's a farming tool.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to like if you had like if I was playing against bots, I would have 0 items and aghs. Literally, that's how you should, because this item will get your other items faster, efficiency wise. There's no way you're getting out. But at the moment, phase boots are not helping you at all. If you'd said, if you'd made treads, and you'd said, well, I made treads because Sniper has got a lot of burst, Hutch has got a lot of burst, and essentially if I don't have a bit of strength, I'm just going to die, I would have been fine with that, because that's like a good reasoning, there's a strategy behind it. Sure, it delays your aghs, but maybe it doesn't delay your aghs because you're not going to die. So this is like the way you should be thinking.
Yeah.
So you've not really ever used neutral creeps at all. Throughout this game.
I do it like twice in the entire game.
Yeah, at the bare minimum, what you should be doing is getting the big creep in the large camps whenever you have the chance to do that.
Yeah.
Also, when it comes to the components of aghs, you were so lucky there. Bad Rider screwed up.
Yeah.
When it comes to components of aghs, if you're concerned a little bit about mana, you should go for point booster, because point booster also gives you HP. But if you right now in this game, I think going for point booster gives you 175 HP, whereas Ogre Club gives you 200 HP. So normally Ogre Club is going to be better, especially in this game, because you need the extra HP against all these new heroes. But even if you bought point booster, would have been fine. Yeah, this Ricky is just doing so much in this game right now.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Like,
wow, look at that.
He deserved the win.
Look at that. He's got 16-minute win. Oh, yeah, but you guys lost. Yeah, he has 16-minute diffuser. This game should have been won right now. You guys have a better carry in the Luna. Well, they do have a sniper as well. At the same time, you guys have a Ricky who will destroy a great, big, solid counter to don't get hooked. But you die. Did you leap?
Say again?
When did you use leap? Oh, you already used leap a while ago.
Yeah, right at the start, yeah.
You potentially could have used your stars. Did you have mana? What you could have done is thrown out the arrow, because you were already. Yeah, like it would have been like a really cool play because you knew you were gonna get glimpsed. So as soon as you saw that you got glimpsed, this is the mistake you made actually. Let's see his range. So you went out of his range. You're still out of his range, and then you screwed up the position turning. Like that's what you screwed up. You turn around. You could have, but then you were dodging Pudge's hook. But I think you were out of range for Pudge's hook as well. For hook.
So
no, I think you would have got
If I don't get phase boots here, I've got the ogre club. Means I don't die maybe the third and fourth time. I've probably got the.
I mean, this time you would have died definitely. But maybe
like
last
say there was
couple of times.
2 extra starfalls or something, or even.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you'd had ogre club here instead of staff of wizardry, then maybe you would have lived here. Maybe a couple of times. This time you would have definitely dead, but maybe you would have lived. But the thing is, like, you just want to be playing safe until you get your aghs. So you just want to focus on farming. Right now, you're not really doing that. You're right now you're too focused on.
Yeah, I'm trying to like
team fight.
Get kills and stuff.
Yeah, that's not what you need to be doing at all.
I watched like Samael and stuff play Mirana. I'm like, oh, this is easy, man. I can do this.
Yeah, that's like every time you watch these high level players play any hero, it's gonna seem very easy. That's true.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, it's not just their skill. That's easy to overestimate their skill. You also have to understand everybody else in their team is enabling them. In fact, one of the biggest reasons of TI5 win of Samael, if you look at the games of EG back then, was that they were pretty much playing a 4 protect 1 situation. They were all of them enabling Samael, whereas right after TI, in the next, I don't know what it was called, they kind of stopped doing that. They started, because Arteezy came in the team, it suddenly became about Arteezy. You know? The thing, everything got split between you can't leap out of this, so you know that.
I don't know why I let that. I was like, I know I was getting shot by a sniper. I wasn't sure if it would hit me through it.
Leaping there was fine. It's the fact that, okay, if you had gone here, leap up there, even after you leaped here, if you just kept walking, you would have lived. Because you were invisible.
It was just a panic because snipers ulted me, and I wasn't sure, like, is it gonna hit if I'm invisible? Is it not coming? So
anyway, point being that these people, their teammates also play proper and they help out there. So and they understand, you know, the timing, and they understand when to fight, when not to fight. They're like, oh look, Mirana needs her aghs, so we need to make space for her, which the Ricky is kind of doing, but you're not using that space. This is the other issue. You're getting lots of space, but you're actually doing exactly the opposite of what you should be doing. Instead of farming, you're fighting. You're being part of that space. Because when you start doing that, as well as the Luna, you're both doing that. So nobody's really utilizing that space at all.
Yeah.
Any advantage that Ricky is gaining, you guys are just throwing it back, or not even using it. Yeah. Okay. So at this point, you've got aghs at 20 minutes, but you've died 6 times. You were taking part in too many team fights. You're in the middle of the team fights. It's hard to not be in the middle of team fights with the glimpse, but at the end of the day, you shouldn't be in the lane just to come to, like, when the creep waves arrives at the tower, you come in, you use Starstorm and you leap out or something. But you have to just keep in mind that it's dangerous to be in the lane, because you probably, like, if you play right, you're just gonna have brown boots into aghs, so you're even squishier. So, like, brown boots and making aghs, so you're even squishier. So you definitely don't want to come to the lane. So you just want to stay in the jungle and farm while the Ricky makes space for you and Luna, who should be stacking jungle, but she didn't even have the Helm of Dominator to do that. So it's just sad.
Alright. Okay.
So that was